Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Jonathan, I'm your host here at QuickBird Gaming. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking it out. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you at least taking a look to see if this is something interesting. As you can see, I am coming to you from this lovely corner of Mrs. QuickBird's crafting studio. I'm going to warn you up front, I've got bad lighting, a cheap webcam, and kind of a crappy microphone, but it's what we got. So we're going to make a go of this, and hopefully you'll still find it enjoyable. So let me tell you a little bit about myself first. I'm a lifelong gamer, and I have always loved games. I am kind of an old guy, so I remember when the Atari 2600 hit the street. Cue the memes. And those early experiences of clustering around that little TV with my family, with my siblings, and with my friends, and just how much fun we had with it, I really knew that I was on a lifelong journey. And we played that Atari 2600 till we drove it into the ground. I had a Nintendo, an NES in the 80s and 90s, but I've kind of settled into PCs. I'm a PC gamer. That's kind of where my niche has taken me. My favorite form of games are RPGs. I love role-playing games of all sorts. Got started in the early days with games like Ultima, the Ultima series, Wizardry, and have progressed on up into the modern day. I like action-adventure games, which, thinking of games like Tomb Raider, Batman Arkham games, those type of things. Some games like that I really enjoy. First-person shooters, I liked Half-Life. I like games like Borderlands. Those games are a lot of fun. Sometimes I'll play a graphic adventure, like the Telltale Walking Dead type of game, or a puzzle game like the Talos Principle. Those games are mostly just to break up the other things I play. The reason I bring that up is because those are the types of games I'm going to feature mostly on the channel, the type of games that I like to play. I'm so on platforms. It really just depends. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. Same for survival horror. Some of them just don't resonate with me. Not a big fan of real-time strategy or of turn-based strategy games. I used to play a lot of Civilization 15-20 years ago, but that's kind of tailed off. I haven't played since Civ 4. Not a big fan of sports games or racing games either, so probably not going to see a lot of content structured around those types of games on the channel. I'm also not big on multiplayer games, and there's a very simple reason for that. It's mostly because I suck at them, and who needs the frustration? I'm actually not that great at most games to begin with, but nothing says that you can't enjoy a hobby without being great at it. And I love gaming, and so whether I'm good or not, it doesn't matter. I still enjoy it. A couple of my favorite franchises, BioShock. I love all those games. I know they're working on a fourth one. I'm interested in that. Tomb Raider, the old and the new series. I think there's some more games in the works, so we'll see. Batman Arkham. I haven't played Origins, but the other three I really enjoyed. Witcher. I loved all three of those games, and I know there's supposed to be another one out at some point. My favorite franchise, though, is got to be Fallout. I played Fallout 1 back in the day, enjoyed it quite a bit. I have to admit, I've never finished Fallout 2, so that may be something we revisit down the road on the channel. But Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and their infinite numbers of mods, I've logged hundreds of hours in those games. My favorite games, and I'm sure I will be talking about them here. Now that I've talked about me a little bit, what is it I hope to do with this channel? Well, for one thing I want to do is I want to do a weekly news feature. I want to just hit the highlights of kind of what's happened in the gaming world that week. So if somebody hadn't been able to keep up, they could just come through, watch a short video, and get caught up on the biggest news of the week. And don't get me wrong, there are creators out there who are doing fantastic work. Daily videos, deep diving into these news subjects and getting into great detail. And I think they're great. I love them. I watch a lot of them myself. But I'm looking for the crowd of people who says, look, I was so busy I couldn't keep up this week. It may be a small crowd, and I'm okay with that. So I'm just looking to do that. I want to make it weekly, and I think I'm looking at posting them on Sundays, but we're going to see how everything works out. I know I'm going to do some game guides. In a lot of cases, I'll be looking at things like collectibles and games because I'm a collector. I love being a completionist in my RPGs. You know, things like the Daedric weapons in Skyrim. And yes, in Borderlands 1, I did sit there and kill that giant claptrap again and again, and not long enough to get all the pizzas off of them. If you know, you know. So I will be doing some game guides, and I don't think this will be anything groundbreaking. I don't think this will be anything that hasn't been done before. But at the same time, sometimes that little kid, it has 3 different teachers explaining long division to him, and when the 4th one does it, he finally gets it because he hears it in a way he understands it. So I'm hoping that maybe my game guides will help a few people out. If they don't, that's okay, because I'm going to have fun making them. They're all going to be in games that I enjoy, so I will be playing them and recording content, and I'll just be having a blast doing it. I'm also looking at doing a feature on retro games, kind of having a theme to it. I'm going to look back at some games and see how well they stack up playing today. Of all the things I have planned, this is probably going to be the one that gets me the most heat. I mean, if anybody watches the channel, that is. This will be the one that generates the most controversy, because I'm sure that if I say a game is good or bad, there will be a segment of people who tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's fine. Just look, man, I have been married for almost 30 years. I know I don't know what I'm talking about. It's very obvious. I get told all the time. So it's fine. And people can tell me that, and it's not going to bother me. Really, I just want to have fun with this. I really just want to be able to talk about games and make some content about games and enjoy it. And I hope people who watch it enjoy it too. If you do, great. If I end up talking to myself on the screen, that's okay too. Like I said, I'm going to have fun with it, so that's what matters. One last note, in addition to wanting to set up a game channel and to talk about video games, I am also a published fantasy author. This series, The Holly Sisters, is my most popular series. It is about 2 women who are fairies, 2 sisters who run a criminal street gang. These are not like little nice, sweet, cute Tinkerbell fairies. These gals drink and smoke and cuss and get in bar fights and run loan sharking and all that kind of thing. And it's a completed trilogy. I have some other books as well. But the first book in that series is called Rumble in Wood Hollow. And I will leave a link to my author page in the channel description. If you enjoy fantasy, please go check it out and go to my website. My books are available in paperback and in ebook form. If you're not interested, that's perfectly okay too. I'm going to try not to pimp at every video because I know that can get annoying, but just mention it now and again. And I'm still writing. In fact, as of the making of this video, I've got a new book coming out in about a month for one of my other series. So, just one last thing I wanted to throw on there. And that's really about it. So, thank you so much for stopping by, checking out this introductory video. I'm going to get back to making some content, start getting some things posted. In the meantime, you all have a wonderful day, take care of yourselves, and you all stay gaming.